Hello and welcome to the Cubbears fan report for November the 4th, 2024. Yesterday was November the 3rd and the Bears did not look good. They lost 29-9 and it was a disaster of a game. Let me show you something or tell you something. Matt Eberflus is now 0-18 on all road games that occur on Sunday. The last time the Bears won a road game on a Sunday was when in 2021 that's one of the last football games I ever bet on in a casino, so I remember the game. They beat the Seahawks 25-24. Matt Nagy was the coach and Nick Foles was the quarterback, and they won by going for 2 points. I watched the replay. I played the Mere Bird. I don't know how he got 2 feet in. I think he got a knee in. They tried to carry him out of the back of the end zone. But they won because they went for 2. Shortly after that, Matt Nagy got fired. And then the Bears ended up drafting that other guy, Justin Fields. Because I almost forgot his name. Because Caleb Williams is playing behind a makeshift offensive line. Let's go over the offensive line. Before we get all upset at Matt Eberflus, it's weird how the Bears hired a guy named Matt, and they also got a guy named Ryan as the general manager, and they were under the auspices of Matt and Ryan, also with Matt Nagy. And the Bears were supposed to replenish the offensive line. I was saying that. Instead, they drafted Rome Odunze, who had a good day yesterday. He got over 100 yards in receiving at 5 catches. So he had a good day. He is an effective wide receiver. I like him. I just don't think that's what the Bears needed. The Bears needed a dominant left tackle. They don't have one. They were going with Braxton Jones, but he can't play because he's hurt his knee. Kieran Amagaji had to sit out because he hurt his calf. Larry Borum came back from the injured reserve and was reactivated and played left tackle yesterday. But Caleb Williams was running for his life, and he almost got hurt on the last play. So the question is, why was he still playing? And what's going to happen when they hurt their franchise quarterback? Because the offensive line is struggling. You have Tevin Jenkins. You have Nate Davis, who get hurt every time they sneeze. They need to be taking good antihistamine so that they don't hurt themselves sneezing, because that's what happens, because Tevin Jenkins is always getting hurt. Darnell Wright got hurt with an MCL sprain, and Bill Murray, I think he's on the injured reserve. Ryan Bates is eligible to come back, and the Bears basically are decimated at the line, and if it costs them their star quarterback, their future, their promised savior, there's going to be some hell to pay. Anyway, people are getting fired. I just found out while I was getting ready for this podcast that Dennis Allen was fired by the Saints because they lost to Carolina. And even though they've had injuries, it looks like New Orleans is willing to fire people. The Bears have never fired a coach mid-season. Some people are speculating that Matt Eberflus should be fired, but I still think the Bears have a shot if they can play well against Green Bay and the rest of the division. Now, the good news is the Bears are the best last-place team in the league, just barely a half game ahead of the Seahawks. Seahawks have been finding ways to lose. The Bears have been finding ways to lose. They gave up a 50-yard run to Amari DiMercato, and James Connors thrashed him for 107 yards. The defense is not looking good. And Matt Eberflus will say, hey, well, that was on me. We shouldn't have given up that run. We had a pass defense in there. That's fine. But the more times you say that's on me, the sooner they're going to have to fire you for in-game decisions and poor coaching. And right now, a lot of people are thinking it's poor coaching. So this is Matt Eberflus' end. If he doesn't start winning some games both at home and on the road, he's got a good home record this year, but he's got a lousy road victory. Here's some of the people that they beat on the road. They have won 3 games lost 18, but they weren't on Sundays. They beat Bailey Zappi, who was subbing in for Mac Jones, because Mac Jones started the game and it had to be replaced by Bailey Zappi. They also beat Sam Howell and Joshua Dobbs. Those are their 3 road victories. They have not beat an established quarterback on any team that's worth noting. Because you remember Rodgers said, "I own you," and lately he kind of does. But the Bears don't play the Jets this year, so we can't even put that theory to the test. The Bears need to win. They can win the division, and that's about the only thing that's going to save Matt Eberflus's job. Because bad coaching decisions turn wins into losses. That's what happened against Washington, and that's likely what's going to continue to happen. The Bears had a penalty on a field goal. They had stopped the Cardinals yesterday, and they called it leverage. And the guy should know not to do that. He tried to jump on the back of another guy, and you're not allowed to use a guy to push yourself up in order to block a kick. And that turned into another opportunity and a touchdown. The Bears gave up 2 touchdowns that were gifts. A penalty on a gimme field goal from the 10-yard line. What are you trying to do? It's not like you're trying to save the game. I understand doing it if that's the difference between winning and losing, but this was a win. That field goal was easy. Instead, they turned that field goal into a touchdown. I have something else to report out about the Cubs. This is the Cubbears fan report. So I want to say that Bellinger opts in, and he will continue to be a Cub. Let's see if they can do something effective with their offseason. They failed us last year. That's a big thing. Now, Dennis Allen was fired by the Saints. Luke Getsy, the Bears' former offensive coordinator, was fired by the Raiders. And so that just underscores the fact that the Bears struck out with Luke Getsy. And I was kind of curious how he would do with the Raiders. And the Raiders have not done well. So they are losing on offense as well. So this is the Cubbears fan report. Please support my sponsor, Robin Hood Brewery, with tailgate karaoke on Thursday. And they stay open a little later. I was missing it because I was bowling, but I can go there after I go bowling. So I can do both. I can go bowling in Corinth and karaoke afterwards, although that's not always good for their customers because the more you drink, the better I sound. But the more you tip, the more they'll let you drink. But the service was good. The atmosphere is awesome. They have a fun crowd of people. And I appreciate you going to sponsor because they got microbrewed beer and they also got mass-produced beer like Budweiser and Miller Lite and whatever you want. They got it. So this is the Cubbears fan report. I do appreciate you watching. Have a great day, and we will see you next week when the Bears take on New England. We'll be talking about that beforehand. Thank you.